Rev up your engines and prepare for an exciting journey. We're here to fuel your passion for all things automotive. Welcome to Highway Herald, your roadmap to the latest in auto. In this video, we're delving into the current state of the EV market. Dealers, the ones who know car buyers best, are showing reluctance towards selling EVs due to the significant investments involved and the uncertainty of returns. The slowdown in the EV market growth has been notable, and it's no surprise that major players like General Motors are feeling the impact. We've identified 5 reasons why GM is facing criticism from its own dealers, branding the company as unreliable due to its EV strategy. So, stick with us as we navigate through these reasons and shed light on the challenges GM is facing in the EV market. Reason number 5. GM's buyout offers to dealers resistant to selling EVs. GM's buyout offers to dealers who are not on board with their future plans have elicited a larger response than anticipated. The number of dealers choosing this path is notably high, especially among Buick dealerships, a brand currently without a single EV offering. As America's leading car maker, GM has seen a significant reduction in Buick dealerships, with a decrease of 1,000, nearly half of all its dealers nationwide. This comes after GM's recent confirmation of its commitment to go fully electric by the end of the decade. The buyout, which has already cost GM over $1 billion, was the preferred choice for many, particularly among smaller dealers who accounted for 20% of Buick sales in recent years. The situation is clear. GM's aggressive push towards electrification requires dealers to invest heavily, between $300,000 and $400,000, in charging stations, specialized tools, and specialist training. These are investments with no guaranteed return. GM's expectation for Buick dealers to promptly align with this new strategy, despite the brand not having a single EV on offer in North America, led many dealers to step back from selling Buick vehicles. However, they remain eligible to sell vehicles from other GM brands. This trend has been observed with Cadillac, but will not be the case with Chevrolet, GM's most popular brand. Chevrolet dealers are expected to fully embrace EV sales with no option for a buyout. Reason number 4. The end of big markups on EVs. In recent years, dealers have seen their profits triple due to a shortage of high-demand models, including many EVs, which allowed for significant markups. However, this era appears to be winding down. The supply-demand dynamic has shifted dramatically over the past year. EVs, once a hot commodity that buyers were willing to wait months for and pay a premium, are no longer as sought after. Dealer inventories are full, production is ramping up, but the demand for EVs isn't growing as automakers had hoped. The growth has slowed as consumers are still hesitant about this transition. Moreover, the early adopter phase is over, leaving fewer potential EV buyers. Simply put, EVs are tougher to sell than gas-powered cars. They're pricier, insurance premiums are higher, and the charging infrastructure is still lacking. Plus, many buyers are still getting to grips with the new technology, so they need more time to make a purchase decision. These aren't just our words, but the sentiments of GM dealers. For instance, former Chevy salesman Buzz Smith, now an EV dealer instructor, stated, "Selling a gas vehicle usually takes a single visit and no more than an hour. With electric cars, it's typically 4 visits, an hour each, before a customer decides on an EV purchase." Essentially, a salesman is volunteering to take a 75% pay cut. No one wants to do that. This perfectly explains why dealers aren't fond of EVs. They can't make a killing on them anymore, and selling an EV is far more time-consuming and requires more effort from a dealer. Suddenly, dealers have to work much harder to earn significantly less money, which doesn't make much sense. Reason number 3. Some GM EVs don't qualify for incentives. This year, the government's approach to accelerating the electrification process has shifted. The administration is now focusing on supporting domestic manufacturing and reducing America's dependence on China for EV components and minerals. Consequently, 21 electric vehicles, including several GM models, are no longer eligible for incentives. This is due to a new rule requiring 60% of an EV's battery to be built in North America, and at least 50% of the minerals used in batteries to come from the US or certain trade partners. Despite these changes, popular models like the Bolt EV and Bolt EUV remain eligible for the tax credit. However, models like the Chevy Blazer EV, Cadillac Lyriq, and the luxurious GMC Hummer pickup and SUV are not. GM is working to resolve these issues and expects to make the Lyriq, Blazer EV, and upcoming models like the Equinox EV and Optic eligible for incentives soon. GM also assures that future key models, the Silverado EV and Sierra EV, will be eligible for the tax credit. To offset the loss of the federal tax credit, GM will provide its own incentives of $7,500 on its EVs, ensuring that this change won't affect EV buyers. Reason number 2, the reliability of EVs is questionable. Like many manufacturers, GM is grappling with the reliability of EVs. While theoretically simpler and hence more reliable and cost-effective to operate, new electric cars represent a technology that still needs refinement. Engineers need more time to iron out various issues, so it's not surprising that a recent Consumer Reports survey shows that EVs cause 80% more problems than their gas-powered counterparts. The reasons are diverse, but they primarily stem from batteries and their integration with the vehicle's software. In GM's case, things seem even more challenging, as software issues extend to other aspects of the vehicles, including infotainment systems, advanced drive assist systems, etc. Once again, it appears that an over-reliance on high-tech features isn't ideal. The most recent EV models, like the Cadillac Lyriq and Chevy Blazer EV, are particularly impacted, to the extent that the company was even compelled to halt production until it resolves the issues. Meanwhile, numerous units are sitting at dealerships, awaiting repairs that last weeks. On one hand, we have new owners who are desperate. On the other, we have technicians who can't complete service and repair, as no one knows how to locate the source of the problem. Reason number 1, some investments have been put on hold. The transition to EVs hasn't been as smooth or swift as GM anticipated, with many customers still preferring traditional gas-powered vehicles. Given the lower-than-expected sales and various other challenges that have led to financial losses, it's unsurprising that GM has had to revise some of its plans. A lack of sufficient funds has resulted in the delay of several investments. One of the most significant delayed investments is the Toledo plant, initially intended to produce the first drive units for EVs in the US. This investment, valued at $760 million, has been postponed, and production is now likely to commence in the last quarter of this year, rather than the first. Another major project that has been put on hold is the production of the all-electric Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra at the Orion Assembly Plant in Michigan, which currently employs 1,300 workers. The original plan was to cease production of the Bolt EV and EUV by the end of 2023 and then begin production of the Silverado EV and Sierra EV. However, the production of these new pickups has been delayed. According to company officials, GM is aligning its capital investment with EV demand to enhance profitability. As a result, production won't start until late 2025, despite initial plans to begin this year. In the meantime, Orion Assembly employees have been offered positions at other Michigan facilities, such as the Factory Zero Detroit Hamtramck Assembly Plant. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to hit that subscribe button for Highway Herald to get notified on our latest vehicle update and upcoming video. Stay safe on the road.